Hello and welcome, ladies and gents. Welcome to part 4 of my Xandrevets playthrough through the underworld of Nioh 2, which is the end game mode of this game. I'm gonna start from the floor 26, or I believe 27 this time around, and then go as far as I can get to, featuring gameplay from the perspective of heavy armor user with dual swords, first and foremost. I have done some shenanigans when it comes to off-stream segments. Mainly, I have changed Yasakani Magatama to the stuff, to the more empowered one, still -1 set requirement, so it's all great, meaning that I will be having bonuses both from my Grace of Watatsumi and Master Swordsman set. I applied via tempering on it water damage effect, saturation accumulation, as well as life recovery, Amrita absorption. Sure, there was no like melee damage versus saturated enemies, but like it's a rare effect, and I believe you can only have certain amount of it on your accessories, and unfortunately I couldn't get this. Deleted all of the trash scrolls, sold all of the items. Actually, no, I offered them to the Kadamas for the sake of acquiring more Amrita for it. And let's go. Well, of course, I'm gonna be still using Stone of Penance. Let's do it. Oh, as far as my stat distribution goes, those of you who haven't followed me on the previous stream, the picture are as follows. Those are my stats: 200 Constitution, Heart and Courage, 102 into Magic. And when it comes to how exactly am I, like, there's the Paragon levels, quote-unquote, and I have invested, like, I believe 5 or 6 levels straight into more attacks, which didn't actually offer that much. Like, the Paragon levels doesn't offer you a great boost. But the plan is going to remain the same, meaning that I will be looking for Grace of Watatsumi on hand cannon, on any other ranged weapon, to apply it here and to get 6-piece bonus out of it, and the final part would be to have it on accessory so that I can put it here. And that's pretty much it. 6-piece will give me 40% more water damage, if I'm not mistaken. 30%, and 7-piece, 35% melee damage versus saturated enemies. Of course, I also soul matched my equipment in terms of the gear value. I have like plus 69 swords, plus 17, plus 69 armor. So everything should be a-okay, except if I'm not going to get hit by a bunch of elemental attacks out of nowhere. Like on previous stream when I was fighting Kanenra, remember that? Like, melee hit grabbed it 1k damage against me, but Fiery Tornado, I lost because of it 80% of my HP, which is not good at all. That's the demon who's on top of the roof. I'm not gonna go there just yet. Got him. Where's the freaking spider? I still find it hard to actually use effectively this boss technique, you know, when you hold L1 and then you press square. Simply because how inefficient I have found it to be. Like, it's not stagger enemies efficiently. Sure, it's a multi-hitting attack, but that's the whole benefit that it can give you. Actually, the only benefit is the fact that it's a multi-hitting attack, and that's pretty much it. Nobody at the rooftop. There's a spider, and I guess there's someone else inside. Yasha.
Yep.
There's another spider. Let's actually try to hit it. Failed. Minus defense. Okay, you can just burn there. Got it. I don't know if I've made the bad idea of not putting Lucky Drop accessory on Yasakani Magatama, but I don't believe it's something that would help me. Although I could be wrong, you know what? Maybe it's still in my best interest to put it. So that the desired grace that I'm looking for, Grace of Watatsumi, will be rolled on this specific accessory. I cannot get anywhere from here, and it actually was a waste to get inside of this building. I need to use a ladder to get to the top. Yeah, I'm gonna start burning, don't really care. Wasn't there supposed to be an underworld soldier patrolling this rooftop? Great. Get out of here. Freaking underworld soldier. Alright. Let's go like all the way through the rooftop. Exactly where the first Kadama is. I'm not very familiar with this particular layout. Oh, I totally forgot I could have went to the top from this angle. My bad. Let's use Tiger Running Scrolls. That's why I actually saved them, like for what?
Yep.
Red Kappa or someone else? I mean, I see a skeleton. Let's actually try to aggro him towards us. You missed. I won. It's a chariot. I was dodging it. Too late for that. I wonder why they decided to highlight with red dot this particular chariot. Oh, I know why. Maybe because it's tried to disguise itself as a chariot. It wasn't really a roaming monster, you know what I mean? No way he's by himself. Although... ah, screw this. I would have preferred for a stat exist that says like lucky drop ranged weapon or something like this. Just do it like this. And same deal against those guys. Here I need a water buff to get to that item. I haven't been in this direction. Oh, come on. I get it, you're trying to protect your weak side, but not to that extent. Huh? Oh, from the other angle. Got it. There's another roaming Yasha to my right. Actually, hold up a second. Let's go all the way back where I have seen a yokai with Kusarigama. Finish him off, explore the house over there before venturing onwards. How the hell do I get to? Whoa. It's not that big of a deal. Now, why would I climb here? I don't know, but I aggro someone. Skeleton. We both hit each other. I guess it was a draw. Skeleton and that's it, or skeleton and someone else? It does look like only skeleton. Shut up, Fox. Operation Hit the Horn actually failed, but Tsui Pondataras was more than enough to stagger him. Okay, and now what? I believe I've been here already. I just made a circle? Yeah, I just made a big circle. For no reason other than doing this, I guess. I think I'll go directly towards Yasha. Have you ever seen a grab where he does it so fast in the middle of a combo? I haven't seen this. At all. Usually she telegraphs it when she's going to go for a grab, but not in this case. Thankfully I was tanky and I was able to withstand all this damage. my turn. Wait a minute, so that's Kadama number 2. Where the hell are the rest of them? It's the place where Big Sudama is, and I cannot go anywhere from... No, that's Kadama number 3, I take that back. I missed only one. Which one? The one to my left or to my right? The one to my left, apparently. Sure, I'll go through the fire. Yeah, but it's only a hellish hack. That's not the place where Kadama is. Only hellish hack and then Scampus with Mimic. Confused. Hey, he actually displayed the exact emotion that I have right now. I'm confused because I don't know where the hell is the last Kadama of this mission. Through the roof, I guess. No. Where could it be? I've gathered the one that was on the rooftop. So he's definitely not the one that I'm looking for. Yep. I actually went all the way back at the beginning. Well, alright. Let's go to the boss. I think it's gonna take me a while to find them all one by one. I'll just skip it right now. Yeah, those like focus levels. I put like 17, put 7 more into attack. Because this game is all about offense, even on the tankiest builds. Gozuki? Wait, what? Are you gonna tell me that the bosses themselves will repeat and I will never find any Gyuki boss inside those underworld missions? Why the hell did they put Gozuki on floor number 27? Strange. Onwards, I guess, but still, that looked weird as hell. Gozuki out of all the bosses. Like, I genuinely fought 1/3 of them. Again, the sound is glitching. Hopefully the stage itself will load properly. Yep. Oh, it's the stage where the one of the Kadama is protected by Itsumada. I'll go to the left first. There's only one Kadama to the left. Granted, he's protected by more foes, but still. I made it. barely, but I made it. Remember, this is the place where I have showed you in one of the highlights on my social links, like on Twitter, social pages, Twitter or Facebook. I dropped down there and I found out myself between a hammer and a hard place. Hellish Hag, Dweller, Purple Rokuryobi, and I believe there was a Snowclops over there. Let's not make the same mistake. This time around, we'll kill them one by one. From the other side. Get out of here, regular Magatsu. I think I still can hit the Dweller, yep. My bad. Oh, enough with your charges. Okay, let's go and kill Purple Rokuryobi. I knew the same thing would happen in terms of me being completely protected from his elemental attacks. It's because of the angle difference. Like in that highlight, he tried to hit me with poison and with fire, nothing happened. Same thing here. Why are they Underworld Lapis dropped by Snowclops like X3? It was a regular one. It wasn't actually red or purple. So this means that my theory, well, it still has some truth behind it. That being the fact that if you kill like red enemies or purple enemies or bosses, they are the ones who are most likely to drop the most amount of Underworld Lapis Lazuli, you know, the currency that allows you to upgrade your stats in the Underworld, specifically loot plus value modifier, improve your buff, yada yada yada. But it seems like even they are binded to the RNG of this game, meaning that sometimes even regular enemies drop more of them compared to the red ones or purple ones. Oh, yeah, I hear this wolf howl at the background. See, this is also another reason why I don't like this attack from the boss, because it misses those enemies who are crawling on their limbs. Or walking on their limbs, you know, like crabs or dwellers. Bye-bye bandit number 1. Unfortunately, I can get to the bandit number 2 from here. You're still gonna die from water sword no matter what. Stop your attempts at disrupting me. There's the red one. I still would want to kill this bandit first. If I continue going here, there's gonna be both Dweller and the Skeleton, and they are annoying, and actually I want to deal with them right now. Preferably with something like this. Yep. Like, if you try to hit them in melee, they can knock down, excuse me, by you, but this is gonna lead to the fact that some of the enemies downstairs will aggro towards you and start shooting you. Either shooting you or going to you in melee range. So neither of those options are like superb for me. Okay, let's go down and kill this monkey. As well as the aberrant over there. Let me guess this straight. So the boss of this mission is gonna be another Tatarimoki. I did this on purpose. Wait, what? Who the hell? Chill out. Stupid monkey. I haven't even realized that it's actually possible for it to follow you all the way here. You know, the patrolling zone is that big for this type of enemy. Hostile, so friendly or neutral? Friendly. Perhaps when I'm doing the soul matching to improve, not improve, but actually to speed up the process of acquiring maximum familiarity both for armor and for weapons, I should use the consumables, which I have on me. Like, I have plethora of them at my disposal. There's gonna be a bunch of other enemies here, as far as I remember it. Giant crab and dweller next. Yeah, that's a guarantee. Why are you locking to Itsumada all the way there? That was a weird sound effect. As if like an 8-bit sound. Oh, great. Get here. Huh? He blocked this? Yeah, I increased my life regeneration via Amrita absorption by having the status effect on my on both of my amulets, and I believe on something else. I could improve it even higher by having Extraction Talisman, but I'd rather not. Like, my setup is more than suitable for my needs. Just put it like this. Oh yeah, the skeleton with the hand cannon. Let me actually get the purity buff from this jar. Purity bar acquired. Host, if I'm not mistaken, it's always gonna be Tsumade. But I would rather not go and fight him directly right now. Instead, let's go to the top, to the rooftop, and collect my loot. And kill other enemies. Okay, next. Huh? I'm actually was in the wrong stance. Strange that even maxed out Ippon Datara is not gonna allow you to immediately inflict burn status on the enemy. Like, you would have to do more swings than just hit them once. Alright, previously I fought regular version of Itsumade. Oh, this time around it's still regular version. Granted, buffed a little bit by the Outworld buff that he has. I'm gonna go there just yet. Where the hell are you going? Come here. Well, that was a mistake. Wasted more on time on her than I needed, to be honest. Get the soul core, get another buff. Yeah, there's a hellish hack to the right inside this house. And now it's a Tsumade time, but something tells me this time around he's not gonna be as tough compared to my previous encounters. I already locked myself in the spinning dragon. More manageable than before, at least when it comes to regular version. Don't even need cats this time around. I'll still gonna be leveling up. Focus levels more, yes please. Let's travel together. Oh, screw your Totarimoki nonsense. As if... What? Oh yeah, elemental attack. How could I forget about that? Dude, this elemental nonsense on... with Stone of Penance does insane amount of damage. What did I get? I get some kind of another Kusarigama stuff. Press triangle after performing a leaping strike to fling your Kusarigama to the ground and perform a mid-air kick. What? Again, my question is, does this have any practical usage? As far as I have seen from other Kusarigama builds, not really. It's something similar to my Rising Dragon, although granted it can be done from other stances other than high stance. Crab to the center, to my left there's fucking Aberrant Soldier. Whoops, I missed. I don't remember this. I guess I haven't been here at all on this map. So where exactly I have to go? Like, I started from here. I cannot go backwards, right? Everything here is blocked. Over there I can go. Sure. Purple. I thought it was a regular purple Yoki. I wasn't expected to fight Yoki with Kusarigama. Dropping here isn't gonna give me anything. I cannot go there. Got it. Okay, I can drop, but the problem is I don't have a shortcut open to get back quickly to the other side. I would much rather open the shortcut first and then go onwards. Here I'm just going backwards. This does seems to do most amount of damage, but depending on where exactly are they standing, I can hit them with multiple attacks, or I can hit them only with like 2 or 3 at best. Why did I came here? No reason at all. Okay. So Kadama is on the rooftop. Probably to get to the rooftop, I need to go not here, but in that area. Remember when I said I have no other means of going backwards quickly? Still have to get there. So I need to go here. Got him. Surprisingly enough, he was able to recover his key just on time before getting staggered. Just in time. Hello and goodbye. There's another yokai with Kusarigama, right? Yeah. Question is, who the hell is... He's not gonna shoot me, is he? They are not armored, so I am capable of getting through their health pool relatively quickly, I'd say. Oh, hold on. Before going into the beach, I remember I talked about that there was... What? I wasn't meant to go towards the dead end. Who are you? I guess it was Lesser Mimoso. Hey, that's actually cool that you can do this sort of trick before they pop up from the ground. Yeah, see, there's my shortcut. All the way back. Bye, Crabbling. Wait, what? Huh? I have to drop down from the different... Really? I wonder what is there. Have I even dropped there once by myself? I think I haven't done so even in the submissions. Rabbit eared helmet, herbal remedy. Interesting. Another Lesser Umibozu. Oh, just die already. Of course I'm gonna be returning back to the beach once I collect the Kadama from the rooftop. Because I believe you only can get one from this side of the map. Where's my tiger running? Tiger running scrolls, here I go. Stay down. You saw what happened with his staff? He stabbed their glitch for a second. If I'm not mistaken, there was a chest somewhere. Either inside the house or back at the arena. I believe it was inside the house. It's worth checking, in my opinion. Where it is, where it could be. Here? No. So it's on the arena. Damn. Where was it though? Oh, yeah, there it is, where the Crablink was. The little one. You know whom I haven't encountered a long time ago? Mimic, who, like, an empowered version of Mimic. The one who will going to attack you immediately and you cannot show any gestures to pacify him and make him drop the loot. Just going to have to fight him. I haven't seen them for like 29 floors from the underworld at all. By yourself, right? Was worried for a second that I will get shot by a bunch of skeletons when fighting him, but nope, no such thing happened. A giant crab. What if I do this to you? Okay. I mean, yeah, sure, he took damage, but the... freaking hell. Yes, elemental damage effect, boys, they hurt a lot. I got blown up by this crap. See? Like when he spits at me the weapon, it does like not a lot of damage, but with this water bubble, I'm pretty much melting on the spot. It's my first death during today's stream. Got the sword skill point proficiency. Let's put it here. Shadow Strike. Have to go behind their backs. I still have to kill those two, right? Yeah, because otherwise I won't be able to easily like get to the crab and fight him safely. Fair enough. Got this guy. Now, round against giant crab number 2. Get rid of this. Lesser Umibozu. What, the second one aggro too? What? Straight through... Yo, this is ridiculous. Thanks for the multi-hitting. Ow, ow, ow. Ridiculous, I'm telling you. Elemental attacks hurt a lot. Okay, why exactly I came here? There's nothing here to collect. So I gotta go uphill. The process is gonna be the same as on the previous stream. I will try to fill up my inventory up until its maximum capacity, and then I'll look through what items I have collected. Specifically the graces that grace on items that I'm looking for, on ranged weapon and on the accessory. And afterwards, I'll continue going through the underworld. Can go here. Wait a second, there's a chest. Another with Kusarigama. Thank God white ones are not hurting me a lot. With physical attacks, that is. If I'm not mistaken, there should be like 2 enemies here. Yeah, one at the top. Oh, never mind. It's in the secondary mission. You're fighting here a ninja who's sitting literally under the ceiling, waiting for you to get nearby. When I was fighting him, I wanted to sneeze so badly, like... Excuse me. Should have commentated this fight somewhat... Nope. Anyway, got the second Kadama. What else? Skeleton, let's try to one-shot him. And I whiffed. But the second arrow got him. So I can either drop down there or I can go from the center. Sure, let's drop him from this angle. And immediately go to the top to kill the shooter. Oh wait, there is no shooter here. It's just a blobster who is the host. Can I open this? Yep, I can. Three times I attempted to dodge, and all the 3 times I failed. There's one more enemy. Huh? All of my attacks were whiffing? Also, what? When it comes to items, how much plus I'm collecting? Plus 17, plus 71. I thought it would be higher. Oh, okay, so this Kadama is at the platform below me. It's not the last one, though. Still want to get to the last one. Let's pop on this Tiger Running Scroll, switch to low stance for faster movement and faster key recovery, and then just run. Should be a shortcut further up ahead, so it's not gonna take me that long to get to the point from where I fell downwards. Yep, told you. Now I have to go to the left. Wait a second, there is no... Huh? Then what exactly did I miss? Did I miss a turn or something? How the hell do you supposed to get to the arena? Yeah, there's Yasha. Something is not right there. I'll pop up another Tiger Running Scroll. Let me double check it. As far as I remember, you definitely need to get to that arena from here. Right? But there are no doors. Not even hidden ones. Are you telling me that I have to get there from the from here? How though? The ladder, yeah, sure, but it's going... It will lead me to a totally different area. Or maybe I have just missed the turn where I climbed here. Okay, okay. How to go to the left? Yep, I definitely missed the turn. There it is.
Yep.
Now I remember it. By the way, look who's following me behind. Umibozu. Want to get his revenge. He was literally in the doorsteps, like, I'm not joking. At the doorsteps. Yasha and that red creature with claws and the skeleton all the way there. Let's fight the skeleton first. Or at least activate it. Get down here. Corruption actually lasted a long time on it. That's because of the extended... I do have some, on some of my items, extended curse nullification, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, final Kadama. Another boss battle. I do wonder, like, my secondary weapon is built around corruption, but can it be transferred to purity? Like, imbue purity and bonuses to purity? Maybe. Ring Sake, quick change, tiger running. Barrier, rejuvenation, water talisman, steel, and lightning familiar. Let's go. Takichiro Dominator achievement unlocked. Yay! Got him. But I didn't get the skill. Oh no, I did get the ultimate sign of the cross from him. So what does it do, I imagine? I wonder. Not I imagine, but I wonder. Ninjutsu power, yep, sure. Let's see. Dual swords. Press square when you have fully charged sign of the cross to deliver 2 cross-shaped blows to the enemy in front of you. So it's automatically binded? Yeah, it's applicable automatically. By the looks of it, there is a gap. Oh, wait a second. There is a gap between it, so sound faster enemies can interrupt you. Next floor. Oh, we have a... Wow, what a combo. Look how many enemies on the minimap. Holy moly. 1, 2... Granted, there's like Gakis and then the man-child, but there's like 3 Gakis over there. Okay, what will happen if I go here first? A ladder? I don't know where it's exactly it's going to send me to. Granted, it's a big room without any other enemies outside those 4, so I gotta nuke them fast. Smashed. And I actually confused myself. The compass confused me. I thought the amount of enemies would be actually higher here. Some of them are just on top of me. I remember this map. This map is a part of the Golden Castle map, where you fought this gigantic, hairy yokai castle at the end. Yeah, it sounded... It didn't sound weird at all. But this is how it worked. And it was a completely optional encounter. Wah, wah, wah. Not staggerable whatsoever, by the looks of it. At least when they're doing their auto attack animation. I'll use the staircase, but then I'm gonna go back and use the ladder to see where it leads me. What do we have here? Monkey at the center, somebody to my left. Aberrant soldier. Not a one-shot. What? That could be bad. Let's use the iframes here. And then focus on the stupid monkey. My bad, guys. I thought I could one-shot Aberrant Soldier who was standing on the balcony. I hit him. Yeah, he was burning and he didn't die still. Which led to... What? How the hell did you... Something strange is going on with the Ragger range in this area. Okay, so I came here, right? From here. I cannot go to the top. Wow, dumbass. Now I have to manually run all the way back. Overestimated my walking speed. Who's to the left? It shows that the red dot, but it's actually maybe not. It's not the case here. Wait, what am I doing? I wanted to use Sake. Well, that was pathetic of me. Yeah, one hit negative effect application. Annoying. It's not super critical, but it's annoying. From the other side, I guess for that reason I would have to use the ladder, which I have seen from the basement. Alright, alright. Wait, let's go back to the square and finish every single enemy here. I don't want to leave anything behind me. Told you it's a nice trick to use against those lesser amiibozo. If you have like a charging weapon art that allows you to move forwards. I know that Spear has something like this. Axe has something like this. Granted, it will not allow you to move onwards, but it has a good area effect splash radius. You can use this instead of wasting your time and kill those lesser amiibozos one by one. Got the hand cannon round. There's nobody here. Yeah, attack from the back. Always critical, judging by the numbers, the way how they were highlighted. One aberrant soldier. Ow. I get it. I'll fall back a bit. Is he alone, though? Maybe. Let me get behind you. I get it. Wasn't really that much of an encounter. Yeah, there is an option to immediately get behind the enemies. Well, immediately, that's not the correct word to describe it. Just to get behind the enemies if you're attacking them from low stance or from mid stance, as far as I remember. Let me double check where it actually is. It's somewhere here, right? No, that is when only attack is deflected. I'm talking about something else. Yeah, there it is, after quick attack. Okay, now where the hell am I? It's campus? Sure, let's go. Yo, this boss ability doesn't even finish the regular Fox. What a joke, to be honest. Whoa, Itsumade. Really? I guess that's why you have Scampus here. He gets accompanied by the stupid Gaki. Fall down. There we go. Again, for a floor number 30, I'm not seeing that many red or purple enemies, but it's already a meme at this point to demand more of it. I guess maybe in depths. I haven't checked. The footages that I have seen people were running depths were mostly focused around boss battles, not necessarily the levels themselves. So I'm personally curious, how do the picture, like, how does the picture goes there in depths compared to the regular underworld? I got lucky there. Flaming Breath didn't disrupt my animation of Water Sword. Hold up a second. Yeah, there has to be a way to get to the top. There it is. Purple Samurai and Aberrant Soldier. So, all that he was trying to protect was the Mimic chest, really. Nah. Wrong stuff. Maybe for me it's actually more beneficial to kill those mimics rather than to show the proper gesture. So the fourth Kadama is going to be behind. You remember the staircase at the very beginning? I haven't followed them up until the end. Chances are that's the exact placement of the fourth and final Kadama from this map. Yeah, because I've been everywhere here. Alright, alright. Let's get to him. Wait a minute, I haven't been there. Yeah, I take that back. Is this Rokuryobi or regular soldier? Let's use the hand cannon here. Was a regular soldier. Another Scampus. Does this mean there has to be like another Itsumade? No, purple enemy in front and somebody to the left. With Kusarigama? Let's just for the safety measures pop up my cooldowns. Yep, with Kusarigama. Haven't even realized it was actually a Yasha inside the hot spring. Was doing some hot tub streams inside. Yeah, right. There we go, final Kadama. Interesting. Then what was there where the ladder was? I guess I'll find out on the later visits throughout the stage, because chances are this is going to be repeated multiple times. Oh, wait a second, wait a second. Forgot to level up my stats. So, I guess the attack focus can be leveled up indefinitely. Maybe it's time to get something else? Key recovery, luck. Life. Let's go with life. Wow, +5 for 10 left. Sure, I guess. One extra shifting skill point. Where exactly do I need to put it? Recovers 8% of the enemy spent to perform a yokai ability if this type matches type of your guardian spirit. When an yokai shift extends the duration. Extends while in the dark realm. Oh, this is why I was surprised when I used like yokai shift whenever I fought like the creatures inside the yokai realm, and I was wondering why the hell it vanishes so fast. Well, yeah. What did I expect it if I haven't leveled my passives for it? Hello, Otakimaru. Long time no seen. I don't care. I have sake. And all day in the world to stagger the hell out of you. No. Nice try. My turn. Oh, and I guess I have to still finish him off with this glorious animation. I like how Shibata's trying to support me while the boss already is finished, basically. They never stop giving me recipe here. All the time. Yeah, Scrolls of the Nioh, but just like from the previous streams, chances are they are all trash. Mystic Diet, tough, no ultimate, across the board melee damage. Damage bonus on your magic power. Good luck. Up until Scrolls of the Damned, there isn't gonna be something worthwhile for me. Right, the creature with claws below. Who else? There's somebody else. The map shows that there's another enemy all the way there. And another enemy there too. Hold on, I can snipe them with my hand cannon. Rokuryobi. And let's quickly kill another one. Not so fast. Okay, so apparently this Kadama is inside the building, it's not outside. Got it. Can I hit the gong? I can, but it's already too late. I mean, I've killed all the enemies here. Pointless to hit the gong already. Has the same mechanical features as the bell. You hit it while the yokai is around and it depletes enemies out of ki instantly. For a brief period of time, remind you. Hellish Hack and somebody at the top, I guess? Great. Oh, just stop it. find the precise. I cannot find the precise spot where I can easily just hit her with the water sword and be sure that all of my hits will be landing against this monster. Where? Huh? What? From there? Okay. I need to remember that spot on my next visits inside this map. There was a purple enemy here, right? Or was he inside? I guess he was inside. Skeleton? I don't see his head. It's safe for me just to do this. And... is it just a regular... I think it's just one enemy there. Oh, you... should have just bomb rushed, but you never know. Maybe it's an Itsumade, although granted the size of the pool, of the corrupted pool, will also give away what, at least what height of the enemies will have. Not what exactly the type it will be, but what height enemy will have. What's the purpose of this room? Beats me. Can go outside the street. There's actually a pathway to another Kadama. Let's try out the ultimate sign up against it. It's not really that practical. Gotta find a better enemy type. Oh, maybe against a skeleton. Again, not really that practical. There's a cat here, but I don't know. I guess let's bring it with us. Haven't seen Nippon-Dataras in a while. That's the first one out of like how many? 15? 20 stages? Backflip. Yes, give me more ranged weapons. Some of those ranged weapons will definitely have to be Watatsumi Grace. From Watatsumi Grace. Hello, Skelly. I don't think you can efficiently just spam it. I mean, I've used it on this giant skeleton just because it worked. But spamming them, nah, it won't gonna work. Like, even if you combine Master Swordsman with Futsunushi Grace, the one that buffs up the damage for your sheeted skill. Hello, hello, Retronin, and welcome to the stream. I mean, what stops me from saying that you can effectively spam this ability as well as EI Quick Draw is the fact that monsters can hold block, they have hyper armor, well, not all of them, granted, but some of them, and they can interrupt it. I mean, you have to have either good feeling of distancing and or preparatory work before you can use your charging skills. Why they put Underworld Soldier here to protect it while some of the tougher monsters were downstairs? Strange. And that's only first Kodama, but I have to go on the ceiling because later on I will be dropping downwards. You're using Futsunushi Grace as well? Yeah, I get it. Like, the purpose of Futsunushi Grace is to combine, to give you the bonuses for cheated skills damage, like Quick Draw or Sign of the Cross, as well as to increase your melee damage in general. Even though the percentages of it may be not as high as you would expect. For instance, let me show it to you what I mean. On Watatsumi Grace, at the end it has melee damage versus saturated enemies, plus 35%. But on Futsunushi Grace, it's just the overall melee damage increased by 10%. Granted, this has been done for the balancing purpose. I mean, you will not going to... The general increase, in my opinion, is always better than to have enemies debuffed in one way, shape, or form, simply because of the resistances part. I mean, enemies who have resistances, for example, against water damage, I will not benefit from using those graces at all. In my example. In your example, things will be a bit better, because you will be universally... you will deal more damage against them without any kind of specific requirements. I won't gonna be dropping to finish off this fox. You're using Futsunushi Grace. Are you playing with heavy armor or light armor? I'm interested. What, the skeleton gonna run all the way towards me? I mean, the thing about combos in this game, it depends. Like, doing combos, switching stances, especially doing combos with different weapons, like versatility stuff, it depends on the weapon choice that you are going for. Not all the weapons require from the player that to play efficiently, for a player to use every kind of possible skills or combos to be effective in battle. Not at all. I mean, the good example would be hatchets. To play effectively with hatchets, all the people were doing, they are just throwing those hatchets at the enemies. Running around and throwing those hatchets at the enemies. But I get it, you said that you like doing combos. I'm actually doing combos myself with dual swords, like switching stances from mid to low, more often than I would fight anyone in high stance. In high stance, I'm basically utilizing my spinning dragon, this move, when I'm trying to do mostly health damage. But majority of the time I will be doing God of the Wind 3 from mid stance and from low stance. And sometimes Sign of the Cross just for the sake of it. Also, thank you for the following. Right, so I can drop down there, and that's actually my only option if I'm planning to reach that Kodama below me, like to the left, and get the buff out of him. Alternatively, I can go inside the statue, and I don't know there's a totally different area inside. That was kind of bad. Oxes have weak spots at their tails. Ow. Ow. I'm using X simply because of the grace of Watatsumi. I played normal throughout the very first difficulty. I used heavy armor and X, and then I switched to as my primary weapon. Then I switched to dual swords. Whoops. So far, I'm having a hard time with dual swords. I'm having a hard time to activate this 40% damage buff. That can only be activated when you're doing a specific dodge, like this mind's eye, yeah, in low stance. Like you have to time it right, but in order for it to be active. It gives a significant damage boost, but my problem with it, like, there's actually two problems. Number one, I already talked about, that you have to time it correctly. And number two, I'm usually trying to play more offensively because of the heavy armor, because of because of the synergy between Mysticars that I have that boosts up my defense higher, and so on and so forth. So I don't see, like... It's against my nature to play defensively or from counter-attack perspective when you are trying to be... when you are wearing heavy armor and you are going like full ham, you have resources. Like, it's just, in my opinion, it's like counterproductive. Wait, this fox have came all the way here? It's the same fox that I have knocked down it from the from the ceiling. For instance, if I would have utilized light armor instead of heavy armor, then yeah, I get it. Like, each of the enemy hits can take like massive amounts of damage from you, of health damage, and you would much rather dodge at the beginning and then counterattack. Not against all the enemies, but against some of them, I'd say, not against all of them. Another snakehead, aka Rokuryobi. What? I've missed my hit. By the way, you said that you would like to do combos. Are you using versatility mechanic or not? You talked about one of the graces that you're using is Futsunushi Grace, but what are your other grace and or set? In my case, I talked about that I'm using Master Swordsman and Owatatsumi. No versatility? Okay, okay. Because it's just another way to motivate the player to keep using combos, especially, and switching weapons, keep using skills with different weapons, switching those weapons to boost up your damage. Okay, I don't like this. A big area, there's a big cloud at the very end. There's another Rokuryobi. Yeah, they have hyper armor, so I gotta be careful. Not anymore, though. You have a small video on YouTube showcasing combo you wanna... Oh, yeah, sure. Feel free to drop a link in the chat. Even if the chatbot says, like, something about the link, that's alright. I can see the link and I will be able to follow it, like, see it later and watch it. Right, let's actually buff myself. Maybe there's gonna be a purple enemy here. It's Sumada. Long time no seen. I gotta get rid of his key first. Stop dodging away from me. I said okay, hammer blow. Water sword. Rinse and repeat. He dodged this. I'll wait. Now it's my chance. He has almost no... And then he grabs me. Got him. Even when they got debuffed by lighting, they still move across the arena kind of fast. It makes annoying to hit them with your skills that's supposed to deal massive amount of key damage. I mean, in my case, it's... Whoops, I'm showing the wrong stuff. In my case, it's God of the Wind, with the benefit of doing an extra key damage to them, both from mid stance and from light stance. And yeah, Retronian, don't worry, I already see, I saved up your link to watch up those combos later. Streamlabs say that it refuses the link just for the sake of safety measure, but I, as a streamer, can see them quite well. Alrighty then, let's go and collect the 4th Kodama from this map. I am going in the wrong direction. I am aware that there's another type of builds. Well, I guess they existed also in first Nioh game. You know, critical builds when you are almost always at low life. But in my opinion, like, this is so... Yeah, the damage numbers might be insanely high for the critical builds, but it's so situational. Like, how a player is supposed to realize this critical build stuff in combat? Well, thank you for the compliment, but I wouldn't call myself like super knowledgeable. I mean, I knew about the mechanic. I know about the mechanics. I know somewhat, at least when it comes to general stuff and related to my build, but I don't know like everything. Because, like, even this underworld stuff, depths, I don't know how things will going to unravel in depths. I haven't played in Underworld in Nioh 1, I only played it in Nioh 2, and in Nioh 2 I have completed all the previous difficulty up to this point. I mean, by saying completed, I fully completed first difficulty, and then everything else up until the Dream of the Nioh, I played only 12 missions to unlock the next difficulty, and then I moved from one point to another without stopping, without wasting my time on Twilight missions, secondary, unless you take into account dojo missions for weapon arts. Weapon smithing techs and weapon skill points, and that's pretty much it. I'm hearing a mage there. I wonder where exactly he is. So yeah, returning back to the stuff that I wanted to say about the critical builds. I've seen some videos on YouTube, and yes, critical builds are capable of doing quite high damage. But to pull it off, like, there's gonna be always some prerequisites that you have to make. That's not the only yokai who was here, right? Yeah, I can continue onwards. I disabled, like, if you're wondering why am I not collecting green stuff, I disabled this option a long time ago. Same thing with my brother, who also plays on this channel, but he's playing with light armor, Kusarigama, and using ninjutsu. But that's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say, green items at this stage of the game is not needed at all. Okay, let's go and kill the boss. All I want to collect from today's stream is I want to collect any kind of secondary ranged weapon with Watatsumi Grace. I already have it on on my bow, and I want to collect it on, preferably on Yasakani Magatama if it's possible. Like, that's the missing parts that I currently do not have on my build. Okay, I'm going to utilize AI partner, but considering how fast they are dying, it's not gonna be super helpful. I need to get out from the stupid web. Well, that's unfortunate, but I'm more than capable to withstand some grabs. Okay, your time to die. Boy, I remember how frustrating it was for me to kill this boss on normal difficulty the first time I played it, especially with an axe. Considering how fast he moves, that was almost as annoying as fighting Minamoto no Yoritsume in the second DLC. Onwards. Oh, second treasure room. Don't mind if I do. I only that's my second treasure room throughout 32 floors of the underworld. Oh, please, let the RNG gods have mercy upon me, and I will have Yasakani Magatama with desired grace and ranged weapon with the same grace. I don't care about the stats on those items, I just wanted to be on the same grace. Whoops, almost made a mistake and left the, the treasure room. Nope. I wonder why even the people who created the mods haven't invented the stuff that allows you to just auto-collect those items without manually clicking on the circle button or any other button to pick them up. Okay, almost done with this treasure room. There, I think no, couple of vases left unbroken. Right, everything has been collected from the orange stuff, and the only thing that's left is green. On to the next mission. Still though, no Gyuki. Have you, Red Ronin, I have a question for you. Have you personally completed the Underworlds? I'm asking this because have you seen throughout any of the levels Gyuki boss? I personally am looking forward to meet him just because I am still using Gyuki Soul Core from Dream of the Wise. I haven't killed Gyuki on Dream of the Nioh, For the reason that I have explained earlier, I just went straight to the underworld from no Gyuki in underworld. Damn it. Boy. Feels bad. I mean, yeah, I am aware of the fact that people are saying that there were no giant bosses in the underworld, like that castle or the living rock. From scrolls, yeah, unfortunately, all the scrolls that I have gotten beforehand didn't have Gyuki in them. Scrolls of the Nioh, they have all the other bosses except Gyuki. Let me double check what I gotten from today. Yatsuno Kami, One-Eyed Imp, Yamanda. No, Gyuki, no. Onryoki, Onibi. Nope. Right, it's the map where I am going to explore underworld cave system before going inside the forest. Dweller, rat. Yeah, Scrolls of the Damned. That's the final scrolls that you will be collecting. But in order for me to do this, I have to beat all the 108 floors in the underworld, as far as I'm aware. They have more passive parameters that they offer to you compared to Scrolls of the Nioh. Dwellers in the other room. That's a big boy. Somewhat annoying to use spinning rising dragon, excuse me, against a target that's supposed to be big, but you just whiff most of your hits, like that big dweller. Or just go past by it. It happens a lot against Corrupted Monk. The yokai ability damage build. And any luck so far? Have you managed to do some good damage with that build? I should stop knocking them off from the cliff. If I want to maximize the chances of collecting as much items as I can, I should kill them without knocking them off. Okay, I should not drop down drop down there, because I'm gonna die. Yeah. I can see you too, Dweller. Come on. Stop it, you stinking Cyclops. Okay, I'll check it out later, don't worry. I'm also interested in it, just to see what this build that you're working upon is capable of. Scampus, I'll leave it right now. Over there. Monkey, and somebody's to my right. Who? Gaki. Neither of them were hosts, so I guess I'll go onwards. In search for a host and for my first Kodama. No, I'm not gonna trade with Sudama. There's Nuepo to my left. And another monkey. Haven't seen this one on my radar. Maybe I wasn't paying that much attention to it. Right. Ow. Ow. No. I've seen another yokai all the way there. But I wonder if I'm going in the right... considering I'm planning to explore every nook and cranny of this map, or at least as much as I can. Well, it's just was another way inside the forest, got it. Another big dweller. Let's actually fight him from the back. To benefit from the extra damage from dual swords passive. Who's inside the house? Big Gaki. Slashed him so hard, like he got decapitated and his head flew in the opposite direction. Okay. That's the red Tengu. Yeah, the red Tengu warrior. Who's the other guy? Gaki. I'll wait for him to aggro. Why doesn't he go all the way towards me? He stops and... Never mind. Yay, damage. Well, this and thanks to the corruption debuff that I was able to get to apply on him. Regular hack inside the house. Wait a minute. Kadama was on the rooftop, and I haven't spotted him. He's protected, but by whom? By another one of those guys. Namahage. Hearing Gaki inside. Like, this ultimate sign of the cross is way more beneficial to use from my personal opinion, compared to what's the other stuff that I had got yesterday? Like this, no, not this thing, but double-headed slice. Like, the skill itself may look cool because this is a multi-hitting attack, but the practical application of it, it's far from ideal. It's far from the good standards. If you could have cancelled any, well, either cancelled into the skill your light or heavy attacks in low stance, or you can charge it up the same way how you can do it with Sign of the Cross, that would be one thing. But unfortunately, you cannot do it. You just have to hold block and then press square, and you are locked in this animation. Alright, now where the hell do I go next? I haven't explored the cave system fully. I just rushed straight through it. Same thing with this forest. What if I go... Oh, I cannot go all the way to the right. Never mind. Let's pop up Tiger Running Scrolls, since I'm just running around and not fighting any enemies. Knock the tree branch, get to this chest. Okay, and the other two Kadamas are most definitely inside the caves, so I have to return there. I personally, like, in the future, once I'll come back from Nioh 2, I mean, in Nioh 2, I'm playing Nioh 2 already for both me and my brother non-stop for the past 3 months, from the normal difficulty, like it was the beginning of our blind playthrough, and all the way up until the end game. So we definitely got to take a break sometime soon from it. But in the future, I might try a build which is focusing on... I'm gonna be switching to light armor, that's number one. I'll try a build which is focusing on heavily either on spells or on Omnio magic skills. Ninjutsu spells or Omnio mage skills. With some weapon, probably something fast. That supports mobility, and feral counter on top. Which also allows you to be more mobile, because I'm currently using brute counter. Okay, let's get back inside those caves. Popping another Tiger Running Scroll. Here yeah, there's no entrances or no crossroads. Okay, I'm back inside this cave. Where exactly I need to go next? It's a dead end here. To my left, it seems like it. Yep. The hell is he patrolling? Like, he just circles around a pile of rock for no reason. Made it. Made it and finish him off. Now where to? Well, let's go further up ahead. No Kusarigama shenanigans for you. Like, I can also tell while I'm exploring and slowly but surely approaching another Kadama, I can tell why exactly I've changed from axe to dual swords as my primary weapon, simply because I personally felt like dual sword supported my playstyle better in terms of I wanted to have an ability like to pressure my opponent and being protected at the same time from any counterattacks via mystic arts, for instance. And I like the fact that you can hit the opponents relatively fast from mid and low stance and do good key damage with God of the Wind compared to something like an axe, which is, yeah, on paper axe does great health and key damage, but I generally hated the fact how slow this weapon was and the fact how many gaps it had, how often enemies would just punish me from trying to go for Rumbling Herd, having inert skills from high stance or something from mid stance. And I said to myself, no, like, enough, it's enough. Like, if I try to play from this weapon with a weapon the way how I wanted to, and the weapon doesn't offer me, like, there's no rhyme or reason to just continue to quote-unquote punish myself by using this weapon. So I switched to something else. Again, my mistake. Knocked him down instead of finishing him off on the terrain. Purple hack. Have I been in this direction? Nope, I haven't. Underworld Soldier, again on patrolling duty, but there's another enemy type there. Dweller. Standing on the far back. Not anymore though. Ow. Okay. That was somewhat dangerous to do, the way how I did it. Wasn't sure whom to focus at the beginning. Oh, yes, yes. Wait, you dodged this? But not this one. Right, so the third Kadama is here. And I have to return where I have seen this purple hack to get to the final one. Yeah, every other pathway is blocked, so let's go back. So far, so good. I personally would have would have preferred to fight more enemies, more red and purple ones. Instead of white ones, especially considering this is the end game, right? It's not a regular campaign. Well, that was a useless thing to do. I whiffed so many of my attacks. Simply in front of her face. Chest to my right, sure. There's actually final Jizukadama. Alright, let's see who will be the boss who will be the boss this time. Those Paragon levels are not impressing, doesn't look impressive whatsoever. Wait, what? Yeah, I tried to burst counter it in time, but not gonna work. Dude, enough with your blocking indefinitely. Another burst counter opportunity failed. I can do this too. Was it me or somehow those bombs that my AI threw actually wasn't help me at all, just because they pushed away the boss and I wasn't able to knock him down on his feet, perform sign of the cross, and then perform an execution maneuver. Yeah, sometimes those AIs like to screw you over. Chances are that door to my back is locked. Yep. Just like in any other missions. From the other side, huh? I get it, I'm gonna go back. Wait, he follows me around even though Hack was closer to me? It's kind of pointless to approach this area from this position. Yeah, see, like, they accept Gaki. The hell did you guys came from? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who's shooting me right now? Somebody from the 3rd floor, I guess, or from the 1st floor? From the platform below. Got it. Yet I cannot shoot them. Right, from this angle I can do it. Okay, I'll approach you from the other side. And then I will get beaten by Aki. Yep, always dual swords. Like I've told you, I am using my... well, I'm carrying, not using my secondary weapon simply because of the grace that it has on it. Grace of Awatatsumi. I'm not swinging with it, so... 100% of the time I will be using dual swords. From with all stances. High, mid, low, and even sheeted skills. Like Sign of the Cross. I need to finish Hack quickly, regular one. Oh, there's actually another Gaki. Hack is over there, though. Maybe I can do this and just wait for it to come to me. I said, go to... Yo, what the hell is with her? Right. 2 enemies left. 2 or 1? No. Only 1 enemy. Host. Deleted. I'll use my hot spring. My hot spring, not yours. Okay, I guess it's time to go to the 3rd floor, because you can only use the lift from the 3rd floor to get to the bottom floor, unless you want to be dropping on those platforms. But did I finish with everything here? Let's double check. No, not with everything. Sure, there's a campus, but why do I need it? Well, okay. Let's refresh the buff. I wanted to say that cool thing that you can use against those underworld soldiers, the yokai whom I have just killed, is if your weapon has some kind of channeling ability, like Reaper on Kusarigama. I am not aware how this thing is called on Split Staff. Same thing, Water Sword for dual swords. You can start hammering them when you approach them from point blank range. Don't need to wait. Because it's not gonna... Typically, how those channeling skills work, they will push away certain monsters, and your consecutive attacks will whiff because of it. But against certain enemy types, they won't gonna be pushed away, which is gonna allow you to do massive damage against them, both from key damage and health damage. Examples would be that Underworld Soldier and Hellish Hack, one of the examples. Right, 3rd floor. And I activated a trap. Yeah, great. Keep forgetting about this. Now I have to go all the way around. No, you don't. Was a mistake from my end in this battle. I missed an opportunity to do a burst counter because I was in the air already with my spinning. Actually, hold up a second. Let me test something else. Let's say I'm in the air, and what happens if I press burst counter in the air? Oh, okay. It's possible to do so even when you're in the air. So this means that even when I'm using Keep on Datara, I can press burst counter too. No, not the case. When you're locked in an Impon Datara animation, you cannot do burst counter when you're jumping in the air. Something new, at least, for me. No oranges? Nope. I need to get to the other side where I have seen this purple dot. Alternatively, I can jump down and start exploring on the platform. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that I cannot get to the other side anymore? Nah, it can be. There has to be a way to get across. Alright, exploring on the platforms. Let's go loot the corpse. One shinobi box. I cannot get to that corpse from this side. I have to be... Or can I? No, I can. Missed something blue, but that's really not important. What's most important, I got second Kadama. I don't wish to enter the Crucible. I would want to go to the top. There's my Tiger Running Scrolls. I'll be doing this at least one more time, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so let's drop there again. There's Gaki, let's... it wasn't a Gaki, it was actually a skeleton. There's nothing there. I mean, the compass doesn't show it. And there's nothing here either outside of this campus. So I guess I gotta go down right now. Not from here. From this place. I can call down the elevator from the first floor. There's a lever there. The tracking on the ultimate sign of the cross is somewhat... Whoa, 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 I almost fell. It's somewhat decent. I wouldn't say it's superb, it's good enough. Let's go down the elevator. While it's moving, let's go into this room. Itsumade and Dweller. And I'm assuming no one else, right? I believe I've missed my Ippondatara hit, the second one. Why are you running always from me? Stay on the one place and fight. Good damage. I actually managed to burst counter that. I'm actually interested how the hell you're supposed to fight Itsumade when you are using light armor. You have to perfectly dodge all of his hits? Otherwise he'll be using plethora of quick change scrolls. I mean, I am aware of the fact that you can improve your dodging by having extended dodge and vulnerability, extended dodge range, dodge or dash, like either option is correct. Either option is available for a player. But still, this does not deny the fact that you have to dodge it properly to begin with. Those hits. Okay. Nice try. My turn. What's over here? Nothing. There's a Scampus over here. Yep. Might as well grab him. I'm approaching the end of the mission, so let's... Use all the possible opportunities to speed things up. And it's still not over. I don't want to teleport in this room from this angle. I would rather enter from this side. Skeleton. Get up. And then stay down. No way the enemy that protects the final Kadama is gonna be on the same level of difficulty as Tsumade. Let's see. Yeah, just a yokai with Kusarigama. A regular run as well. There's another Scampus. Jesus, why? Why do I need so many of them? This mission is not that challenging. Okay, a little bit more when it comes to life. Let's go. Frog. Again, stop dodging away from... There we go. The thrust, and it's like all the way on the opposite side of the arena. For me, it's kind of challenging to, well, chase it down, considering the fact that, well, when you're using heavy armor and you're not as mobile as compared to light armor. How much inventory space do I have? Oh, plethora. I can continue onwards. Mission number 34. Spray at the shrine. Is it necessary to immediately go downstairs? Ow, 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 ow. Oh, I'm burning, I'm burning. Sure. I don't remember this enemy from the previous maps. Is this the new one? Smash him with the hammer. Should have killed everyone on the top and then came here. Oh, is it the same stuff? I'm gonna get hit by it. Nope, not anymore. In the secondary mission, there was a giant spider here. I wonder whom they're gonna throw this time at me. Dude, he literally whiffed a grab in front of my face. I thought he was gonna grab me for sure out of the water sword animation. RNG actually played into my favor this time, because grabs is one of the most annoying things to deal with in this game. He's gonna die from burn, yep. No need to even try to finish it off manually. Whoops. I'm still faster. Right, so what is here? Statues, sadly, they are not activating, just like in first Nioh. You cannot attack them and or destroy them. By the way, if you want to get rid another mechanical nuances, just like my brother tells it on one of his streams, you can get rid of the buffs that those flying heads are giving to you by switching weapons back and forth from your main to secondary. Okay, here I believe you actually have to provoke the boulder to fall off. And afterwards the passage will be opened? No? Never mind. White mage. Oh, whoa, he... I was debating on whether or not, like, how exactly I should finish him, either by a... what you call it? Execute animation, or by sign of the cross. Also, yeah, it looks like they don't... well, most of the enemies here, when it comes to the ones that are wearing clothes, cloth armor, excuse me, receive massive key damage from your Epondatra. The ones that have the same size as your main protagonist. Just protagonist. I don't wish to enter the Crucible just yet. Still, I haven't found Telkadamas. Okay, now I gotta go back. Like, all the way back to the top. Let me pop my Tiger Running Scroll. I'm running in the wrong direction. Okay, now I'm in the right place. Right? Yep. Let's see. Ninja at the top, with his back turned towards me for some reason. Nicely done. Wasn't aware they can react that well to the sign of the cross, and to its follow-up also. Somebody's shooting at me from where? From there. Oh, come on, I wanna headshot you. There we go. There was one snake head. Yep, there he is. But before that... Whoops. Nice try. Ow, wow, 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 wow. Bad idea. So what were they trying to protect here? Scampus? Oh my. Damn it. Trapdoor. Although the purpose of it, it's kind of strange considering the fact that if the player wouldn't have explored every nook and cranny on the map, he would easily ignore this. Chest is from the other side, got it. On the other side. I'm kind of surprised with the fact that when I'm using Water Sword, like, even though I'm slashing literally in front of the enemy's face, sometimes this does not mean that you will get the horn knocked off, sliced off from the yokai. Should have used my hand cannon, I have the ammunition for it. Ow. Come on. Yeah, they do not react to the watery attacks. I get it. That was just a collateral damage. Got him. Right, there's a ladder that leads up. I don't wish to use it right now. I would rather circle around this hill. Strange that when I played through one of the either main missions or sub-missions in the campaign, apparently somewhere here there was a Nurikabe, you know, illusionary wall. Even though I personally haven't seen any illusionary walls myself, but I have seen a grave which says it, like, die to Nurikabe. Is the red one or a regular one? Red one. There are some folks to my right that are still left alive, like this ninja, for instance. Oh wait, there's a wheel monk. Should be able to one-shot him. Yep. Almost 100k. Hey, there was actually two of them. I damaged the other one, but he doesn't seem to be aggroing or running towards me. Yeah, he just stands there. And they were praying to the corpse, yeah. Sure. There's a red fox out there with another skeleton mage. No, not skeletal mage, just regular. Why I was aiming not at the fox. I was aiming at mage. There we go. I keep hearing more of them. Skeleton? Yeah. Who else? Ninja. I believe this passive works like when you attack enemies from the back, even when you're performing an execution. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's only applicable again. It's only applicable when you're doing regular attacks. Yay, another buff. Red Aberrant. He's still gonna die from one shot, right? No, he doesn't. Okay, anything else? Guess not. I've missed one corpse there, but... Hey, there's actually a Kadama on top of this roof. Before going downwards towards the chest and towards another Kadama, let's actually explore in this big central building. There are a couple of enemies that I have left, like, that I haven't killed. Including the ones that are on the rooftop. Okay, now I'm here. Sudama? Yeah, maybe even Sudama, but I tried trade it with Sudama in this particular game mode. I didn't receive anything of value out of it, like at all. Oh, in order to get to that buff, I actually have to drop from the bridge. Okay, okay, got it. What about this place? Other than Sudama, what's inside? Yasha. It still surprises me that they are placing way more Yashas compared to Suikas. Suikas is more powerful, like she has more HP, her attack is more devastating, yet for the end game you will fight more Yashas than Suikas. Beats me why it's happening. Wait, it's not a buff. It's actually... it's campus. Which means I've missed one Kadama. Somewhere. That's not something that I would want to use, but well, what's done is done. Let me double check the that cave system. I went here, but what happens? It's the same thing. It's not, doesn't really changes that much. So I missed something underground? No, but I have collected in the underground that Kadama. It's the first thing that I was doing actually in this mission. Weird. Whatever, let's go and fight a boss. Another one. Quickly grab my Scampus Soul Core. It will be a fight without an increase of my attack damage. Him again? Okay, let's do like this, and I'm kind of hesitant to pump up the luck status simply because I don't have a luck parameter or on any of my gear. So instead, let's go for key recovery focus level.
Let us begin.
Bring Sake, Tiger Running, Quick Change, Barrier, Rejuvenation, Water Talisman, Steel, and Lighting. Really? Nice. Got him. Wait a second, triple threat? Isn't this something that I have gotten from him on some of the other floor? And yeah, I already fought this boss on the other floor. Triple threat, huh? Press triangle to perform 3 powerful steps in succession. Each step executes a key pulse that will alter your technique if performed with the right timing, recovering the maximum amount of ki while guarding L1 plus triangle. So it's like a key pulse, but with an additional bonus of doing an attack while you're doing a key pulse. Maybe spear mains can find its usage. I've heard that, yeah, people were actually using triple threat back in the Nioh 1 day, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about the second game. Okay, what the hell is this layout? Jungle everywhere. Two dead ends. Another underground system by the looks of it. There's the samurai in front of me. Sleeping apparently. Not the samurai, but rather bandit. Should I go to the right or to the left? Let's go to the right first. I just got to remember. Okay, that's the big room with the corpses. Do not confuse it between each other. Between those rooms which I am about to see. And I won't waste another cannon round on him. Unfortunately, not the flawless victory stuff. I got hit there. I still don't remember this layout. Is it something from the third DLC? Maybe. Take a look how the enemies are placed here. Thank you, and I appreciate your participation. Have a great day too. Wait, I already finished him, what do you mean? And I accidentally dropped. I'll leave a comment on both of those videos that you have left your links. Don't worry about this. Okay. Yep, see ya. How the hell do I get back up there, though? There's so many places where I can fall to my death. Don't like this layout, to be honest. That's a corpse. That's just a regular corpse. How do you... I guess not from here. That's the shortest answer. Just AoE, all of you guys. Oh, it's a big fella. Initially, I thought it was actually the map from the original campaign, you know, the one where you explore inside the caves to finish off the bandits. In one of the submissions, you had to do such a task. But no, this doesn't look like it. It definitely looked like the stuff from the... Oh, what the hell? No, that was close. That was too close for comfort. Freaking boulder. That's the place where I see first Kadama. Another boulder over there, right? No, it's actually that end. Tango warrior. He was the red one, so I wasn't planning to knock him off the cliff. Okay. First collected, 3 more to go. And it's actually damage buff. Nice. So I got back to the balcony, but from the other side. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, I can't look down from that angle and finish off the Dweller, snipe him. Here I can. Why is it still going? Because of the Outworld corruption? Really? Is this how it works? So where exactly should I head next? Let's go there. Some kind of bandit with the mask on. Thank God those bats didn't knock me over, yeah. Kringlish. Got him. Who the hell is below me? Oh, I know who's below me. Question is, should I? Hellish hag. She was the host. Your item box is full? Okay. I guess I gotta sell something out of it, like clear it out. But does this mean I still can collect orange items, right? Your item box is full, like what? Can I destroy something like rocks out of it immediately? Hold on. Item box. That's my usable items, right? Nah, I have to do this from the hub world. Cannot do this from here. So that's buff number 2 out of 4. Where the hell are the other ones? Do I need to return back to the very initial area and use another pathway? This is what the game wants to say to me? No, not really. Haven't been here. Take a look. There's Kappa, there's actually another buff. Silly underworld soldier. Wait a second, I could have dropped down... Oh my god, I could have actually dropped down and collected this Kadama legit. Yeah, like item box is full. Damn. It's not even the end of the mission. Who the hell is this? Wait, really? I get it, you like to grab and stomp on my head. Wow. Wait, what's the point of placing bats here if it's completely safe to go towards this chest? Okay. Still strange placements of those bats. There was a purple enemy at the end, and I believe it was a purple Yasha, like at the opposite side of this arena. There's gonna be more bats? Nope. Regular skeleton, corpse that I can loot.
Yep.
Let's go towards the skeleton this time around. I killed the fox. That's not the right pathway. Is this the right pathway? No, that's not the right pathway either. Ah, what the hell. Here's the thing, I don't remember the Kichiro actually using this skill from the boss battle, even though it's called like Boss Misty card. Scampus, yeah, sure, you'll be helping me fight Purple Yasha. Anything else? Another bandit. Who is on top? Oh, this is far from over. Okay. Wait. Freaking skeleton. And his fiery... nice enemy placements, what can I say? That definitely surprised me. And by the way, that was the skeleton that I have seen from the top. I didn't get to him at the beginning, and I paid for it. Who the hell laughs? Okay. 2 of them had been killed. She laughs. But strangely enough, she doesn't protect anything. She just stays there at the very edges. It's not edges. At the near the dead end, basically. If I knew this thing would have happened, I would have cleared my item box to create more space, to be honest. I've been there already. Wait a second. Where the hell is... There is the last Kadama. I see him. How do you get to him, though? Drop. Hold on a second. Where's my Tiger Running Scroll? There he is. How do you get to him? Drop down from where? I don't quite understand how you're supposed to get to him. Is there a way up somewhere here? Yeah, you need to be on the higher platform, which means I have to return to that bigger hallway from which I came from. It's not here. It's gonna take me a while to get there. That's not the right track. I'm not on the right track. Strangely enough, those positioning of enemies and key items reminds me of Nioh 1 more so than Nioh 2. Okay, now I'm in the right place. I just have to go all the way up and not fall down. Yeah, over there. It's one of those torches here, right? Yeah, exactly. And then I'm simply falling down. Nice item placements. Okay, on to the boss battle. I actually received an additional shifting point. Damn it, I don't... guess here extends the duration when I'm shifting inside the yokai realm. Even though I don't even remember when was the last time I used yokai shift. Fully transform myself. I can take a hit, doesn't really care that much. Even this I can take. Got it. Your item box is full. Yeah, I still have some inventory space left, so I guess one more mission before I will return to the hub area and just look through whether or not I have collected necessary items with necessary graces. Okay, that's from the second DLC as far as I'm aware. Capital in the Darkness. Don't see anyone over there. And this place is blocked. Alright. Fair enough, so far it's pretty straightforward. For now. There's one enemy ahead of me. Oh, it's another ninja. So he's just patrolling. Or was. I guess the gateway is locked. Can only be opened from the other side. Yep. Makes sense why they put the other directions here. Hello, another ninja, and goodbye. More of them? Can't lock anyone on target. Probably on the second floor. Most likely on the second floor. Still use my hand cannon round to finish out this fox, so that I will not have to worry about it later. Okay, so should I go to the top right now? Yeah, because there's Kadama over there. Come on, climb. Slapped him and made him winded, only already afterwards he used his burst counterable attack. It's not really that great, but whatever. Nobody at the rooftop. Only a lonely skeleton patrolling there. Mayhaps on the later stages they will place more enemies here. This one is already like floor 36. What's the point of... I still bring with Miss Campus, even though I haven't seen any tough enemies so far. Who's protecting the door? You missed. You missed again. Stupid Kanaki. So if I keep pushing all the way to the right, I'll eventually end up where the second Kadama is, instead of going through the central passage. Sure. I'd much rather explore all the house, all the entrance areas of the house, than go on the town square and get bombarded by a bunch of ranged units, mages, aberrant soldiers, who else it might be. Nobody here outside of this monster in the center. Nice follow-up. Wheel Monk. Red Wheel Monk. And came up to another square. Damn it. Jesus Christ. Yo, that fire, that elemental damage. Oh my god, like. Ow. What can I say? Anything else other than ow? That looked ridiculous. Alright, try number 2, I guess. Expert Bowman and Ninja Hunter, yeah, 2 in 1. This means I will have additional points. Okay, you know what they say. It's never too late to kill all the enemies yet again. To get even more stuff out of them. Ow. Don't need to grab the Scampus yet again. Considering... Wait a second, chests are closed? Why though? And where the hell is the skeleton? Huh? I don't get it. What the? I thought I actually glitched myself. Skeleton came only afterwards. Got it. Not that far away from the place where I died. I gotta kill Aberrant Soldier to my left. Now, let's pop up preemptively Quick Change Scroll just for the sake of it. Just dumb mistakes that I was doing before had led me to my death when I previously encountered that Wheel Monk. Okay. That's all fine and well, but I still want to figure out who the hell is inside. Other than Sudama, of course. Wait a second, there's a monster over there. There's like a cage, and to her right there were another yokai. Skeleton. Okay. Next. I can snipe, in theory, Aberrant Soldier from here, even by using Enhanced Round. Yep, told you. So it's not that big of a deal, the fact that he was at the opposite side of the arena. Right, so... It was a white mage. Could be bad. Now it's my turn. Stop with your abracadabra nonsense. So he is actually masking himself as the corpses of the enemies. Interesting. Oh, now I remember this map. I just started from the different place. Okay, okay, okay. Now I understand what the hell is going on. Could be risky, but I'm willing to still give it a shot. Loot this corpse and then go back to the top. In one of those places there's gonna be an Itsumada here, another one. Over there, if I'm not mistaken. Hearing a chariot. But he cannot get to the top, like what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? I have to get to it. It's like, yeah, it aggroed, and then what? Should actually just start by using the God of the Wind, excuse me, the Wind Sword, Water Sword immediately instead of doing one slice. With the intention of knocking their horns off. Right, there's a fox over there. Regular one, what else is new? Yasha. Come on, stop being... There we go. Terrain again screwed me over. Let's go back and kill it. Too late. Get out of here. I should be going... Oh, wait. Yeah, I get it. I actually have to go to the... Not have to, but it's... Would be nice if I can kill this fox and grab all the loot from there. But in order for me to do so, I would have to be on the other side myself. So where the hell is this quick tiger running scroll? Let's run. Did I have missed a chest there? Yeah, I did. Why this fox was marked up with red dot if it was just a regular enemy? Beats me? I don't know. Okay, how exactly... Oh, it's from the side where the underworld soldier was. From here. And then it's all the way to the left. From here to there. It's not Itsumade. It's a ninja and some kind of a samurai. He's not dead. Come on, get up. Now he's dead. I was still going to knock you out of your key meter, no matter what. It's like, here's the thing about technical nuances of God of the Wind, in case you are not aware of it. Yeah, enemies might block your regular attacks, I mean deflect or perfect block it, but if you're going to go for a follow-up with God of the Wind, if you're also time it right, it's still gonna hit them on their block and do a good amount of key damage. Okay, what kind of emotions I need to show? Tone. I only need to find one more Kadama. That'll be good to go. It was in the direction where I have seen a chest, like it was over there. As far as I'm aware, right? I cannot go here. Cannot go anywhere there. Yeah, there it is. The question is, how do you get to it? Obviously not from here. Yeah, because everything there is locked and blocked. Here it's impossible to get anywhere. I guess I gotta return, right? Somewhere here there should be a turn that will allow me to go to the other side. I guess I've simply missed it. Not there. Yeah, here. Nice try. But I'm still better. So I guess it's the two different versions of the map. On the previous one, you will be facing Itsumade. If you start from the different side here, the enemy variety is in like way different. I think I'll be dropping down there just to see. And kill this underworld soldier. Maybe it's a good idea to use Axe to boost up my damage even further by applying the rage buff, simply for that reason. Like, oh, well, simply only for that reason. Get up, skeleton. Wait a second, I need to go, yeah, in that direction. Give me this green stuff. One aberrant soldier and one chariot. Did I kill Aberrant Soldier? Yeah, I did. Perfect dodge. Yeah, right, perfect. Ow. I'm not planning to die here. Come on, man. How many grabs? Wait, there's actually a food? When it beats you, there's a food that's coming out directly out of the chariot.
Yep.
I never actually paid that much attention to it before. Oh well. Regular stuff. Another aberrant soldier, sure. There's Itsumade. Yeah, so I was correct. You gotta be fighting Itsumade at some point here. Okay, quick change. The usual stuff. Stop running away from me. No, I'm dodging this. I still managed to kill him despite the fact that he was able to explode some of his pools. Explode, detonate, that's the proper word. Detonate some of his pools. Alright, enter the Crucible. Okay, let's pray at the shrine. Use this opportunity to pump up our Paragon points. Get the Mumio with us. Yeah, of course, I'm not gonna hold back. I don't know about you. The one who dies in 2 hits here, but hey, you do you. Another Takichiro? I tried to perform the Rising Dragon. Get out of here. With your infinite hyper armor. Well, almost infinite. Right. No, not to the next raid, I'm back to the hub world. Please tell me that I've got items, and specifically graces on items that I was looking for. So it's ranged weapon and it's accessory. First I'm gonna look through the ranged weapon and then it's through accessory. Save up. Okay, ranged weapon first. Come on. Awatatsumi Grace, please. Takemizazuchi. Holy moly. Kala, Kuniyushi, Magatsushi, Amenozumi, Kagatsushi. Nope, nope. No. 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 No, that's my own bow. Unfortunately, not on the ranged weapons. Looking through it again. Yeah, unfortunately not on the ranged weapons. Kinda feels bad. Alright, maybe I will be lucky on accessories. Come on. That's my previous Magatama, that's not it. Okuniyushis. Yeah, that's Grace of Watatsumi, but hey, like, that's not another... No, that's my own medicine case, never mind. Ingi, Magatsushi... Another Yasakani Magatama, but... With actually melee... Can I roll on it melee damage first? Oh, wait a second, melee damage versus saturated, this is something that I would benefit from. Hold on, let's lock it in. Okay, plus 20%, and water damage, yeah. Of course it's not my grace, but still, it would be beneficial to carry it on. Lock it in. Susano, Materasu. Yeah, there it is, Watatsumi, but... -1 set requirement, where exactly, like, I don't see it on the other accessories. It would be cool to have it, but I don't see it. -1 set requirement. I'll lock it in right in this instance, but later on I'll maybe just get rid of it. I don't see any other like accessories with the Watatsumi Grace or -1 set requirement. Feels bad, man, feels bad. Slot ninjutsu hit, key recovery, that's not it. That's my own Magatama. Nope, unfortunately not the case. Wah, wah, wah. Nothing from of value when it comes to equipment throughout the stream. I mean, yeah, sure, somebody can say, the one who watched the previous stream, well, you get like 3 pieces of... You have acquired 3 pieces of the grace that you're looking for on the helmets, on the accessory, and one of the ranged weapon. What, you think you're gonna be lucky all the time throughout 4-hour gaming session / farming session? No, of course not. Mystic Dyed Fists. I need my charge, spear, mid-attack damage. Maybe Gyuki somewhere here? Gozuki, not Gyuki, but Gozuki. Saito Yoshihatsu, Takichiro, William Mumio, Hattori Hanzo. Great. Snowclops, Ninkin, no Gyuki here, and no Gyuki there either. Even Scrolls of the Nioh are all garbage. Yeah. Was hoping for something more substantial, but I guess one good thing that might come out of it. Up until the next stream, I'm gonna look through all the stuff that I have collected from the weapon variety and from the armor variety. Maybe I will have decent amount of transferable effect. You know, don't confuse regular transferable effect with the transferable effect where the arrow points out on the star. That's like the 2 different things. I can actually show it to you what I mean if I have it somewhere here on the weapon. I don't have it anywhere on the weapon. Yeah, there it is. Like, see, star points out on the arrow points out on the star. Transfer bonus magic. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to be the time to wrap up today's stream. What I had managed to do from today's stream, I had started from the floor 25 or 26. I managed to get 10 floors ahead, complete those 10 floors fully. Unfortunately, didn't get the remaining of the items, didn't get the items with the graces that I wanted on something that I was hoping for. That is secondary ranged weapon and Yasakani Magatama with Watatsumi Grace set pieces. I was able to get pretty good Yasakani Magatama, I'd say even better than mine when it comes to like melee damage versus saturated enemies. Where it is, I think, yeah, I locked it in. There it is, melee damage versus saturated, so it's gonna be a good boost, if not for the fact that it's not for now, but for later. I'd see like the ideal scenario would be to have the same stuff with Watatsumi Grace, but I may only hope at this point. What did I want to tell you? Well, the next stream is going to be happening already on the next week, starting from Wednesday from my brother from 8 to 12 AM Eastern European Time, UTC +2. He will continue his journey through the underworld with light armor and Kusarigama. Maybe he will be lucky and he will acquire more of the set pieces that he look for, specifically with transform bonus stuff. He already has all the grace that he requires, so for him it's just a matter of acquiring the top star, very good star effects and very good inheritable effects, specifically the ones that can be transferred to his items. So for him things are a bit easier than for me. he'll be streaming on Wednesday and Friday. I will return on the next weekends, but until the next weekends, there will be at least like 2 highlights, which I'll be releasing on MightyBrosky YouTube channel, link to which you can find below the Twitch tab, in the below the Twitch player in the separate tab section, as well as there will be 2 new stream video on demand episodes for those who haven't had the chance to catch up with us during the live stream and they would want to watch them at their own leisure. The opportunity is present both for my playthrough and my brother's playthrough. I am uploading them at least like 2 episodes per week. The plan is to upload 2 episodes per week and 2 highlights. So you will have something to watch. Of course, our channel also contains a plethora of other stuff like walkthroughs, guides, funny videos, montages. You will have something to watch before the next stream segment is going to happen. Also consider following on the social links, social pages that we have, Twitter or Facebook, if you want to stay up to date with everything related to the content that we are uploading, as well as watch exclusive content, just like with stream video on demand at your own pace. Also, if you want to support us in any way, shape or form, consider becoming a follower on Twitch, subscribing on YouTube channel, leaving a like, sharing those videos, it helps out tremendously. As well as if you want to support us with by monetization system, you can do so either by subscribing on Twitch or by becoming a Patreon, and you'll be rewarded with tons of useful bonuses. For that, we'll be extremely grateful and continue to work as hard as possible to provide you with good content. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support, I appreciate your participation, your attention. I wish you all the best, take care of yourselves, stay sound, stay healthy and cheerful, and up until the next stream or the next videos, my name was Alexander, also Xandrevets, and I will be seeing you all during the next week. Bye guys and have a great time of the day. See ya!